Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I want to do something that I haven't done for a while, which is look at the Orient Express here. And so if you guys recall, this was almost a year ago at this point. I had finally got a motor for it. I finally invested in the powered up system, and I got the large Technic motor, I got the hub, and also the controller. And then I went ahead and I added the components into here. I followed instructions from Rebrickable, and unfortunately the train just did not run all that great. It did run, but it was so heavy because of the two passenger cars here that it just did not work that great. And so today we are going to be revisiting that, because a couple months ago I took the motor out and I took all the components out, and not only did I put some of it in the mail car here, which, by the way, if you have not seen this before, I highly recommend that you go ahead and check out that video, and also check it out on Bricklink's website. This is a part of the Series 9 crowd voting for Bricklink Designer Program, so go check that out. The link is down in the description, and I'll put the video in the top right for you to check that out. But the other components from the Orient Express are over in the Crocodile locomotive. So I want to go ahead and I want to revisit the Orient Express because it's sat over there for a long time, and I think it's finally time we take it out of the shed today. All right, so first I stopped the train here. The mail train itself is an 042 locomotive, and then the actual mail car itself. And so what I want to do here is first see if this motor here, which is the standard powered up train motor down here, and then the standard hub on the inside, I want to see if this can pull the two Orient Express coaches here consistently. So we're going to go ahead, we are going to bring these around, and it looks like I need a coupler. So I will couple these two together, and then we will have this whole train here, see if it can go around the layout. And also I want to see if it can go around consistently, because having it only go around once versus it being able to go around for 10, 20, even 30 minutes is two completely different things. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to couple these together, and we can see how that goes. All right, so we have the train all coupled together now. So again, it's the 042 and the mail car from my custom mail train submission to the Bricklink Designer Program Series 9 with the standard powered up components in it, and then the two standard Orient Express coaches as well. And so now let's see how this goes. We can just press the motor here, or the accelerator, a couple times, and it actually works, which is great to see. I am extremely impressed with this, actually. So this is running a lot better than the Technic large motor did in the Orient Express itself. And if I give you guys a little demonstration of that, this is what that motor is. So you have the hub on one side, and then you have the Technic motor on the other. And so this is seemingly going pretty well so far. So that makes me happy. I think this is going to go pretty well, all things considered now. So I'm going to let this run for a little bit just to see if it can consistently make laps around here. And then once we confirm that, then we can start to actually work on the Orient Express itself, because the solution that might end up happening in today's video is far simpler than I was planning, which is just replacing the 042 with the Orient Express. So I hope that works out, but I guess we'll see. So again, I'm going to let this run for a little bit, and I will come back with my findings. All right, so it has been running for a number of minutes now, and it has not stopped once. So I am thoroughly impressed with this. I'm actually more so impressed with the motor as opposed to like the entire train as a whole. I mean, it's incredible that this actually is able to do it, because like I said, the actual Technic motor, I feel like should have more power in it, but it just seems to not have enough power in it, at least from my experience. I don't know if my unit is faulty or something like that, but again, the standard powered up train motor here works fantastically well. And so I am going to go ahead and clip the Orient Express in now and see if that changes anything. I'm going to start with just the Orient Express and just the mail car. I'm also going to uncouple the two coaches as well, because I want to just see how this thing runs now that there's no components in it, because pushing it around a layout is one thing, but actually bringing it around and then having it get pushed by a motor is a completely different story. So let's go ahead and let's try that out right now. All right, so the Orient Express itself is now coupled up to the mail car here. And so we are going to go ahead and try it out. So I guess we can just start the motor here and see how it goes. And this is kind of what I was expecting here, to have it kind of stutter. I don't know if it's a problem with the Orient Express itself, or if it's a problem with, I'm assuming it's now not a problem with the motor in the mail car, just because it pulled all of this with no problem. So I'm gonna let this go for a few minutes. I'm gonna see if it can actually make it around this curve again. I guess we can try that out. Okay, so maybe it just needed a little bit more of a running start over here, but this is now looking to be a little bit of a better sign. So that's a good thing. Again, I'm gonna let this run for probably about 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it do its thing, and then I will come back, and if there's any problems, I will let you guys know. So I will be back shortly, but for you guys, it'll only be a couple of seconds. All right, so I've let it run for a little while now, and it's actually had no problems. That one hiccup right at the beginning that you guys saw in the last clip, that was the one instance of it having a problem. So I don't know if it's just didn't have enough of a running start here, or if it's because of the 3D printed track pieces here. I will also be making an update video or a follow-up video on these pieces here and how they've worn in after 6 months, and also how I like them and my experience with them and everything like that. So I will be making a video about them in the near future. But the purpose of today is to revisit the Orient Express and to see if it's actually worth fixing and running. Because if so, then I would honestly recommend it as a set that's retiring at the end of the year. This would realistically be your last chance to get it before it retires, and probably shoots up in price. If I had to guess, this would probably be pretty expensive on the aftermarket after the set retires. And I think it's a beautiful model. The minifigures were great. I really like the display base. I actually have other trains on that, and I really like the look of the coaches and also the locomotive itself. But unfortunately, like you guys have seen in the previous videos where I had tried to motorize this and run it, it didn't work all that great. But the features of it are fantastic, and I love all of the details. And so let me go ahead and let me get all of this coupled together, and then we can finally see if this one mail car here with the one standard powered up motor can go ahead and pull this entire train. All right, so let's go ahead and get this on the straightaway here. I want to give it a fair chance, and I want to see if this is actually doable. But just pushing this, it is extremely heavy. And so if I had to bet, I would say that this is not going to work. So I guess we can try it out. But this video is quickly turning into a stress test for the powered up system. So if you guys were wondering how the powered up system works, well, I guess here's a tester for you. So let's go ahead and start this up. It did not need my assistance moving, which is really interesting to see. And so this is honestly surprising. I did not think it would work at all. This is my first time trying this. And so as you can see, the Orient Express is getting pushed. The mail car is the one that's motorized, and then it is pulling the two coaches back here. This is honestly really impressive. I was not expecting this. Now, if I wanted to run just the Orient Express with just the engine and tender and then the two passenger coaches, then I would have a problem. Then I would need to either take the motor out of the Crocodile and put it back in the Orient Express, or I would have to figure out something else, like powering one of the bogies underneath the passenger car here, maybe like this one. But then you'd also have to rip out the interior for the battery box. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation there. I don't really know what else to say about it other than the fact that I'm really surprised. Did not think this would work at all. So if you guys are also just as shocked as I am, drop a comment down below to let me know what you think of this, and also if you're considering picking up the Orient Express just from this video, because this is surprising, to be honest with you. LEGO did market this set as a display set, and the fact that it could not be officially motorized, but that did not stop a lot of people, myself included. And so we went ahead and motorized it, and I cannot take credit for the motorization of it. As you can see, it's starting to struggle back there. I don't know if the battery's dying or if it's just getting too heavy. So I don't really know what the deal with that is. But let's see if it makes it around this curve here, because it seems like it always has a problem with this one section, but I guess not. So but what I was saying was that since this is marketed as a display set, the fact that it is able to run at all is kind of a miracle, honestly. Even after everything that I went through trying to get it motorized and trying to get it to run consistently, and also my experiences with the powered up system and the app and all of that. But that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this video. This is more of a test video to see if the Orient Express could actually run, and it looks like it can. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and also stay tuned for some more videos coming out like this. If you guys are interested in the Orient Express, I highly recommend you guys go and at least check it out on LEGO's website. They did have it on sale, I think, for Black Friday last year, so that is definitely something to consider if you're interested in picking this up before the year ends and the set retires. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.